What will we do with this moment? How will we be remembered? Look at the opportunities before us.
This election really isn't about the left versus the right. It's about we the people choosing our government and the choice between freedom versus tyranny.
Nobody has a chronic disease burden like we have. Why are we allowing this to happen to our children? Ultimately, the only thing that will save our country is if we choose to love our kids more than we hate each other.
What is going on here is deeper than politics. It is deeply spiritual. We are being called to rise above the hatred and the fear and the evil.
We need to remember above and beyond that we must love our neighbors, that we must treat other people as we hope to be treated.
You want to be a rebel? You want to be a hippie? You want to stick it to the man? Show up on your college campus and try calling yourself a conservative.
America is going to reach heights that it has never seen before. The future is going to be amazing!
Do you want healthy children? Don't you want a president that's going to make America healthy again?
Come to you today as a former Democrat. I will be a first-time Trump voter tonight.
The people dreamed this country, and it's the people who are making America great again.
This is Fanfare with Barry Cunningham.
What we got? 28 days. So that comes back to the White House. Unfortunately, it not going to make it in time for Christmas, but I wanted to bring you back to a time when there was class in the White House. So we had some technical difficulties today. Rumble is a new program. It's not as established as YouTube, and we had some problems. See, I was using Rumble to stream to both X, Rumble, and YouTube. Rumble failed, so I just had to go directly to YouTube. So that's why we're only on YouTube right now. Nothing I can do about it. That's just how it turned out. So in any event, here we go today. We've got the Sunday edition of AMFEST, and it's going to be amazing. So I've got the agenda pulled up. Rob Schneider just finished. He was kind of dirty early in the morning on a Sunday. Next up will be Michael Whatley, then somebody called Paul Perez, then Matt Gaetz will hit the floor at 11:30. Now, it looks like they're pretty much on time this morning, so we should be good to go in that regard. People have been lined up there since, 7 o'clock our time, so they must have been like 4 o'clock in the morning out there in Arizona, lined up, just waiting to see Trump. I expect today to be very, very similar to a rally. Trump is going to speak for about 90 minutes, and I don't even know what to expect. I think he's just going to blow it out of the park today. If you've seen some of the Sunday shows, these people, they don't have anything. I watched some of the Sunday clips this morning, and I'll probably do a video. I'll drop it tonight after the football game. I got to see Miami Dolphins get stomped one more time. But in any event, tonight I'll probably drop a video about the Sunday shows. Now, I said I wasn't going to show a lot of the mainstream media, but in order to critique them for some of the stuff they've been doing today, they are still really, really, really pushing this Elon Musk is president and Trump is vice president stuff as if that's going to work. It's not going to work, people. It's not. I don't understand who comes up with the strategy and who comes up with the psyop that they're going to run, but it ain't working. In 29 days, there will be a new president. And that new president is coming in, and it doesn't matter whether you think Elon's in charge or Trump's in charge. I don't care what you think. You're wasting your airtime. You're wasting your precious print time saying stuff. Look, oh, you want to see something funny that came out in print today? It just struck me. And I want you to look at this because of the craziness of what this guy says. Hold on. I just have to think about this. This is funny as heck when you see this. This is from the owner of the Washington Post. You see, what happened was there was some dust up. Somebody had posted an article that said that, he was going to spend $600 million. New York Post. They took it down. The New York Post said that he was going to spend $600 million on his wedding. And Bill Ackman says, no, it's not credible. But more importantly, you got to see what Jeff Bezos wrote. And as you read this, forget the article that was about him. Look what he says. Remember, this is the guy who owns the Washington Post. Furthermore, this whole thing is completely false. None of this is happening. The old adage, don't believe everything you read, is even more true today than it ever has been. Don't believe everything you read, says the owner of the Washington Post. That should be framed and put in like newsrooms, and Trump should talk about it. He should retweet it. There you go. The owner of the Washington Post says, and he put it in quotations. Don't believe everything you read is even more true today than it ever has been. If you're ever wondering how bad the media is, the owner of the Washington Post just told you. He just told everybody, don't believe what you read. Dude, you might want to sell it then. You might want to get rid of that rag, because we've been saying it for quite some time. We've been all over that the Washington Post and most of the New York Times and everybody else out there who post all these stupid articles. By the way, did you know that a car hurt some people in Germany? Wasn't the person who drove it, wasn't the nutbag, you know what, that drove through that Christmas mart. It was the car. That's how bad the media is. They couldn't even say what really happened in Germany. They couldn't say that this guy who was a part of that you-know-what religion, the one of peace, decided to go straight through a bunch of people at a Christmas fair. Instead, it was a car. The car just decided to take itself out for a ride and speed through. If you don't hate the media, you're not paying attention. I'm just saying. We no longer have a media, and that's why they're all ticked off, because people like Trump at this point don't need them. You don't need them. You've heard me say it many, many times. I just want to keep telling you because they're terrified of you. They have to find some way to shut you up. You prove to them that you have a voice now, and I'm going to make sure every single day that I continue to pump you guys up, to make you guys know you have strength. You have power in numbers. When you see something, now it's not just about say something, it's say it over and over. Tell everybody. You notice how quiet it's gotten lately about the drone stuff? Wonder why. It's just kind of weird, isn't it? How it just like kind of died out. Probably same reason they don't talk about Appalachia anymore. People are freezing up there while they're spending gazillions everywhere else. I hope Trump addresses all of this stuff today. I hope this is the Merry Christmas, I'm coming, and I'm bringing the heat in January. That's what I hope this is. And I hope I know it will be an extremely positive message, because that's what we need right now. There are a lot of people hurting. It's the holiday season. We're going into a new year, and people want to know next year is going to be better than this year. All right, let's let's see what we got here. The car was named Christine. Yeah, exactly. You remember that movie when the car it just took off and was crashing it? Where it was a horror movie about a car. That was really funny. When the German news was showing it live, I saw that about the car. Exactly. When does it start? Waiting for the next speaker to come up. They have not queued him up yet, so they're doing their event stuff. And they're getting. What time is Gaetz speaking? Gaetz is supposed to hit the stage. Looking here, if they're on time, he should be hitting the stage in about 15 or 20 minutes. But it doesn't look like they are on schedule. Rob Schneider just finished. And there should be Michael Whatley coming up, or Michael Whatley should be on the stage right now, but he's not. So we're looking at a blank screen. Let me just show it to you real quick. That's what I'm looking at. Just so you know, you're not missing anything. I'm showing you that's exactly what they're showing. So they're getting things ready. Maybe they had some technical difficulties as well. It is Sunday morning. Hope you guys all had a great Saturday evening.
To be your next Attorney General and to be nominated by President Trump for that position was indeed the honor of my professional life. And I view it greatly as a validation of the choice that the voters in Northwest Florida made over and over again to send me to fight for them. But some things don't go according to plan. Matter of fact, one of my Republican colleagues said to me as I had been nominated, Matt, if you leave the Republican conference in the House of Representatives and go to the Department of Justice, we actually think you can improve the quality of both institutions. But I saw the writing on the wall, and that my nomination would cause a delay of the important work that we see ahead. And that is because there remain anti-Trump forces within the Republican conference in the United States Senate. And President Trump needs an Attorney General on day one. And I just assumed, when I withdrew my nomination, looking at everyone else who had been Attorney General, that I would be replaced by someone less attractive. But instead we got Pam Bondi, who is brilliant and lovely, who is talented and courageous, who is creative and bold. Pam Bondi will be a phenomenal Attorney General for President Trump. She has my support and all of ours, and we're going to do everything to see that the mission is accomplished. But the DOJ must change. It must end weaponization of our government. It must facilitate rather than frustrate the largest deportation in American history. It must stop the unlawful surveillance of our fellow Americans. And it must punish the companies involved in the transport, manufacturing, and distribution of fentanyl. And most importantly, on day one, the Department of Justice has to be ready to pardon the non-violent January 6th defendants who were abused by a two-tier justice system. Pam will do these things. We must get her confirmed, and as we look at these Senate confirmations, I must say, I think I moved the Overton window just a bit. The Senate must confirm Tulsi Gabbard and RFK Jr., and perhaps most importantly, my good friend for the next FBI Director, Kash Patel. Republican senators should be ashamed of themselves if they believe the Hillary Clinton lie that somehow Tulsi Gabbard is a Russian agent. I care far more that Tulsi Gabbard will clean up the deep state tell the truth, and keep America out of forever wars. And while it is a little odd, I don't particularly care that RFK Jr. may have killed a bear or texted back a thirsty reporter. I care far more that RFK Jr. will stop big pharma and big food and big chemical companies from killing our fellow Americans through poison. And it is offensive to me that Republican senators want to tweeze through the life of Pete Hegseth when they haven't lifted a finger in many cases for the lives of the 8,600 patriots who were purged from the Department of Defense as the consequence of an unlawful vaccine mandate. I won't rest, Hegseth won't rest, and Donald Trump will not rest until those patriots are welcomed back with their full rank and back pay. Republican senators, we, the voters of this movement, will not accept the answer that you voted for Joe Biden's nominees, like Lloyd Austin, but refused Trump's. Politics will encounter more accountability these days. We just saw it last week. Last week, every lobbyist in Washington, D.C. wanted this 1,500-page bill to pass with billions of dollars in pork, with the funding of the censorship industrial complex, with the funding of bio labs and foreign aid that do not serve America's interests. They had all the wind at their back. They had backed us up against the Christmas break, and thanks to Donald Trump and Elon Musk and Turning Point and the millions of people who are mobilized on X, we defeated the bill of the lobbyists, and we are ready to march on with America First agenda. And the Democrats, they just don't get it. They continue to criticize Elon Musk as if he is acting in self-interest, when we all see that Elon is acting alongside President Trump in the national interest. And we have something now that we've never had before. We have the ability to lash the resources that Elon is committed to with the energy and the mobilization and the infrastructure built by Charlie Kirk and animated by Turning Point patriots in chapters all over America. Many have asked which perch I will be fighting from next. And some of you throughout this conference have even given me a few suggestions. My fellow Floridians have asked me to eye the governor's mansion in Tallahassee. Maybe special counsel to go after the insider trading for my former colleagues in Congress. It seems I may not have had enough support in the United States Senate. Maybe I'll just run for Marco Rubio's vacant seat in the United States Senate and join some of those folks. And my friend Steve Bannon and others have suggested that I return to the House of Representatives on January 3rd, but I would remind Steve, when he got out of prison, he didn't punch a guard on the way out. For the moment, I'll enjoy being one of you. It was James Madison who said that the most powerful position in America would not be congressman or senator or even president, but that of citizen, because we put such an obligation on the citizenry to ignite the patriotism that the country needs. President Trump will need warriors at every level of government, local, state, and federal. And he's going to need people fighting for him inside and outside of government. Now, I was known as a feisty, tough, and at times exciting congressman. One America News is a feisty, tough, exciting news organization, and I am thrilled to be joining their lineup with the Matt Gaetz Show at 9 p.m. They're even letting me film out of Washington, D.C. a good amount, and so who knows what trouble I may get into while I'm there. Censorship of OAN, the Federalist, and so many other conservatives must be remediated. It is not enough just to stop the censorship now going forward or to limit the repression of our reach and our discussion. We have to go and remediate the censorship that they've already done to One America News and to so many other entities that deserve to be a part of what we are building and what we are doing. Last night on Saturday Night Live, they made a little joke at my expense. Martin Short, in his opening monologue, said, "Oh yeah, I have to hurry up because Matt Gaetz is my Uber driver out back." And I got to thinking about that. Think about being so disconnected that you would sit there with the Hollywood elites while trashing the people who drive Uber and actually work for a living every day. So, this is a movement for winners. The greatest one will be taking this stage in just moments. And from the bottom of my heart, thank you to everyone out there who knocked on the doors in the swing states, who registered the voters, who chased the ballots, who made the calls on Election Day. You deserved this victory. You earned this victory. You fought for it. And now it is time to get up, stand up, join together, and to fight for this country we love. Thank you all so much. Thank you for having my back. I will never stop fighting for you. Let's go get them.
All right, so that was Matt Gaetz giving his speech. I don't know what's happening, and I don't know who's coming up next, so we're going to have to play it by ear. We will be going live here in a second. I'm not sure who's getting ready to walk up on stage, but the timing was perfect. It looks like it's going to be Ted Cruz next. Ted Cruz seems to be getting ready to take the stage, so they juggle some stuff around, but it looks like we're back on schedule at this point. Ted Cruz is taking the stage. If I were to guess, and it's nothing more than a guess, Donald Trump is showing up today, and maybe Secret Service had to move some stuff around. Who knows? But anyway, here's Ted Cruz.
God bless Turning Point. We are looking...
And I just wanted to let you know, FYI, we are live. This is live. It's not taped. This is live. Okay, let's go.
If you were young and passionate, and it was 1776, you would have been part of transforming and creating the United States of America. If you were young and passionate and the year was 1980 and the Reagan Revolution was happening, you would have been part of transforming the United States of America. And today, in 2024, you are young and passionate, and every one of you is integral to transforming the United States of America. The Washington swamp is terrified of you. Chuck Schumer and Nancy Pelosi and Kamala Harris are terrified of you. Joe Biden, well, no, he's actually not terrified. He doesn't know where he is. But he is wondering what time the People's Court is on TV. If you look at what happened in November, the results of the election were clear and unequivocal. 7 battleground states across America. We won all 7. And I've got to say, Donald J. Trump is truly an extraordinary leader. Has there ever been anyone in American history who, after being shot in the head, stands up and responds, "Fight, fight, fight"? The American people have given us the White House. They've given us the House. They've given us the Senate. Now, it's time for us to deliver. We have work to do to deliver on our promises, so a year from now, 2 years from now, 4 years from now, the American people can say they did exactly what they said they would do. Number one, starting on January 20th, we will secure the border. Catch and release ends on January 20th. If you are an illegal alien, if you're a murderer, if you're a rapist, if you're a child molester, if you're a Venezuelan gang member, pack your bags because you're getting the hell out. And I'm here to tell you that's not going to take a year. It's not going to take 6 months. We are going to see the numbers of illegal immigration plummet, and they are going to plummet in January and February of this year. Number two, we are going to unleash American energy. America is the world's energy superpower, the number one producer of oil in the world, the number one producer of natural gas in the world, and America will be energy dominant. If you're fed up with high prices at the gas pump, high prices at the grocery store, high prices when you pay your bills, energy feeds into every one of them. The American people in this election said enough is enough is enough, and we are going to lower energy costs and make life more affordable for everyone. Number three, we are going to unleash small business. The regulators descending from Washington, we are going to repeal the rules they're using to kill small businesses. And I'll tell you what, we are also going to unleash crypto. I'm proud to stand with crypto. I'm proud to stand with Bitcoin. And I am the only member of the United States Senate who is in fact a Bitcoin miner. I've got 3 miners hashing in West Texas right now, and it is beautiful. And let me say to all of crypto and all of Bitcoin, come to Texas. Texas is the oasis for Bitcoin. Number 4, we will restore integrity to the Department of Justice and the FBI. If you are a wild-eyed partisan who has abused your power and targeted your political enemies at DOJ or the FBI, well, pack your bags because your job is done. And that means, number 5, we will enforce the law, especially against universities across this country. The anti-Semitic protests we've seen at universities will end next year. If you violently protest, if you threaten your fellow students, you will be arrested, you will be expelled, and if you're a foreigner, you will be deported. And we're going to see the Department of Justice and the FBI follow the money, go after the money, cut off the money. We're going to see universities that tolerate anti-Semitism having their federal funds cut off. And when your fellow students look around and say, hey, why didn't this happen before? Why did everyone look the other way at the violence and the threats and the hatred and the bigotry? You're going to be in a position to tell them. And we will end the wars with victory. The war in Ukraine will end this next year, and Vladimir Putin will lose. and the war in Israel will come to an end, and Hamas will lose, Hezbollah will lose, Iran will lose. Every one of you stand up and speak, and I want to encourage you, inform your friends. I want to ask you, pull out your cell phone. Pull out your cell phone and send the word, text the word verdict to the number 24005. That number again, 24005. Text the word verdict. You will get back a link to subscribe to my podcast that is designed to help inform you you are the ones who won this election. You are the ones who are persuading your colleagues. You are the ones who are informed and educated and engaged. And just as if we were in 1980, just as if we were in 1776, I stand here today amazed and inspired to be in the company of patriots who love America, who together we are making America great again. God bless you, and God bless the United States of America.
All right, so Ted Cruz has made his speech. I would tell you who's up next, but I have no idea. As SV just said, or somebody just said, Trump is on his way. He has landed. The eagle has landed, and he's on his way. So, good speech. Get him out. Go Bitcoin. Yeah, whatever you feel about it, you can't stop what is coming. We all been saying that. No one can stop what is coming. And whether or not you like Bitcoin, whether or not you dislike Bitcoin, whether or not you think it's a fad or what, it's coming. There's nothing you can do about it, nothing I can do about it, but learn. That's the only thing I can do. Somebody asked what a Bitcoin miner is. I only have a couple seconds before it looks like Michael Watley's coming up. But basically, Bitcoin miners are the guys who dig in and do the stuff to get the Bitcoin out to the public. They have to solve math problems. Oh, no, it's not Michael Watley. This is Tom Homan. So this should be complete fire as well. Tom Homan is taking the stage. Let's get to Tom right now.
So look, if I offend anybody today, I don't care. Some of the media says I'm offensive. I'm okay with that. If I get to live in their minds rent-free, that's kind of cool. Hey, look, for the last 3.5 years, I wake up every morning pissed off about what this administration did. It's the most secure border in my lifetime. I've worked for 6 presidents, starting with Ronald Reagan. And every president I worked for took steps to secure the border because they understood you can't have strong national security if you don't have border security. We didn't know who's coming in, what's coming in, where it's coming in. No one was better than President Trump. He was one badass president who secured the border at unprecedented levels. Illegal immigration at a 45-year low. Illegal immigration down 83 to 90%. Extraordinary work. Joe Biden is the first president in history of this nation who came into office and unsecured a border on purpose. Not by mismanagement, not by incompetence. They unsecured a border by design. The first day I smiled when President Trump won this election. I woke up the next morning, I was happy. I smiled for the first time in a long time. Then I got angry again. Because even though they lost the election, they're still moving thousands of illegal aliens in this country every day. CBP-1 app's still running. They're selling pieces of the border wall, for God's sakes, that you, the American taxpayers, paid for at a hefty price, and now we got Biden again. There is no smooth transition. They're going to destroy this country up to the last day they're in the Oval Office. But I got news for him, January 20th, the greatest president in my lifetime is going to walk into the Oval Office and take this country back. President Trump called me a few Fridays ago and says, okay, you've been bitching about the border for 4 years. You want to come fix it? I said, absolutely. I'm back. I got to learn how to retire. This is the second time I got retired to come back for this president. But I love this president because he loves this country. I love this president because he wants to secure the border. I love this president because the securing the border saves lives. What Joe Biden did by unsecuring the border is this. Sex trafficking, up over 600%. Known as suspected terrorists, people on the terrorist watch list, well over 300 apprehended. President Trump, in 4 years, we had 13. We ended catch-release. Joe Biden's released at least 8 million illegal aliens in this country in violation of federal law. And I said it before, for the millions of illegal aliens that have been released in this country in violation of federal law, you're going home, and Tom Homan's going to make sure that happens. Think about this for a moment, what they did. They created the biggest national security vulnerability this nation's ever seen. I already said they arrested over 300 people on the terrorist watch list. But there's over 2 million known gotaways. Why did 2 million people pay more to get away? Why didn't they pay less to be turned over to the Border Patrol, be released within 24 hours, get a free airline ticket to the city of their choice, get a free hotel room at $500 a night, get 3 square meals a day, get free medical attention, and get work authorization within 120 days. Why did they pay more not to take advantage of this free giveaway program? Because they didn't want to be vetted. They didn't want to be fingerprinted. These are your gang members. These are the ones carrying fentanyl across the border, and these are people from terrorist-related countries. After 9/11, we created all these databases. You got the FBI screening database. You got the DOD intel database. You got the visa security program, which stopped thousands of people from getting a visa to come to the United States like the terrorists of 9/11 did. So we vet them now, and we vet through the process. You don't get a visa if we find derogatory information in your background. But what terrorist today is going to put himself in a position to ask for a visa or ask for an airline ticket when he can simply go to Mexico and be a part of that 2 million getaway? I don't know how many terrorists cross this border under Joe Biden, but someday we're going to find out. And it's going to be a bad day for America. When that happens, we're going to have one badass president in the White House, and that's Donald Trump, who's going to make sure we respond appropriately. People always ask me why I take this so seriously, and people say, Tom Homan's a racist, Tom Homan's a national. Say whatever you want. I don't give a shit. Why do I care? I care because I stood in the back of a tractor trailer with 19 dead aliens that suffocated and baked to death, including a 5-year-old little boy that died in his father's arms. Throughout my career, I've seen tragedies, held dying children. I've seen dead aliens on the trail. I talked to little girls as young as 9 years old that were raped multiple times by criminal cartels. They're animals. When you look into a little girl's eyes, 9 years old, who had adults take everything innocent and pure from her, you look in those eyes, and those eyes have no life in them. Her life will never be the same. That's what pisses me off, because President Trump had us locked down. He had it locked down. And this administration came in and unlocked it. People die on the border every day. Women are sex trafficked in this country every day. That's why I'm pissed off. And that's why the best day of my life was President Trump getting reelected to save lives. A secure border saves lives. It isn't rocket science. I get fired up all over again. You Trump, Trump, Trump. That's right. President Trump's going to make this country safe again. President Trump's going to make our border great again. President Trump's going to decrease illegal migrant crime at unprecedented rates, because out of the gate, day one, we're going to focus on public safety threats and national security threats. They're first. They're coming first. And Tren de Agua, your days are numbered. My gang's bigger than your gang. And we're going to take you out of the country. We're going to port you out of here. Who do you think you are, coming to the greatest nation on earth and victimizing Americans in this country? Your days are numbered. You're number one on the list. MS-13, you're right behind them. To the sanctuary cities who want to attack me every day saying you can put roadblocks up, you're not going to assist us, shame on you. Shame on any elected representative, any congressman, council person, any mayor, any governor who don't want to remove public safety threats from your community, and they're here illegally. That is your number one responsibility, is protect your communities. So if you're not going to do it, President Trump and ICE will. The mayor of Chicago, not a real bright guy, says Tom Homan isn't welcome in Chicago. Well, guess where Tom Homan's going to be day one? Chicago, Illinois. You don't want me there? Come get me. The people of Chicago have spoken. I went there a few weeks ago. The black community's upset. The whole community's upset because violent crime is up. And millions of dollars in public services are being given to people who are not supposed to be here. Meanwhile, the tax-paying community that is in a bad way because the Biden administration's economic plans, they're getting robbed every day by giving millions of dollars to people that aren't supposed to be here. That's not the way it's supposed to be, folks. It's not okay to be in this country illegally. It's not okay to enter this country illegally. It's a crime to enter this country illegally. Now, let me continue to educate sanctuary cities. You want to not help? Fine. Shame on you. If you don't want to protect your communities, shame on you. But we're going to do it for you. You're not going to stop me. We're coming. So put up all the roadblocks you want, because we'll knock them down. And don't cross that line. People say Homan threatened to prosecute everybody in the world. I'm not threatening to prosecute anybody. What I'm saying is there's a line. You don't want to help, that's fine. But there's two statutes you need to be familiar with. One's 8 U.S.C. 1324 III. If you knowingly impede, if you knowingly harbor and conceal an illegal alien from ICE, that is a felony, and there will be consequences. Now let me make it clear. The governor says I don't have the authority to do that. Well, no shit. I'm not a U.S. attorney, but U.S. attorney certainly does. And we'll ask for prosecution. We will not let you prevent us from saving the American communities from illegal alien crime. It's not going to happen. We're going, we're coming. So even though I say we're going to prioritize criminal threats and national security threats out of the gate, that's the fact. However, when sanctuary cities won't let us into the jail to arrest the bad guy in the safety and security of that county jail, which means they're going to release that criminal back into the immigrant community, which puts the immigrant community at risk of crime. It puts our officers at great risk. Rather than arresting a guy in the safety and security of a county jail where you don't have weapons, now we got to go to the community, find him. We have access to who knows what weapons. You're putting the community at risk. You're putting officers at risk. You're putting the alien at risk. And I'm going to give you exactly what you don't want. You don't want us to list in jail? All right, so I'll send a whole bunch of agents into your community, and we'll find the bad guy. And when we find the bad guy, he's probably going to be with others that aren't a priority apprehension, but guess what? They're getting arrested too. So you're going to get exactly what you don't want, more arrests in your communities. I don't want to do that. I'd much rather be safe for the agents to arrest a guy in the county jail, but they don't let us in? Fine. You're not going to stop us. We'll go to the community, and we will find him. You're not going to stop us. Put all the roadblocks you want. It's not going to work. We're going to do this because the American people demand it. You gave President Trump a mandate, and we're going to make sure that mandate's held up. President Trump's backstage. President Trump's backstage. And let me say, I want to say one thing in closing. And I said it at the RNC and I meant it. The criminal cartels in Mexico have killed more Americans than every terrorist organization in the world combined. Over 250,000 young Americans have died from fentanyl poisonings. President Trump's going to hold China accountable for creating the precursors he's selling to the cartels. President Trump's going to hold Mexico accountable for not doing anything about these criminal cartels. President Trump's going to designate them terrorist organizations. And we're going to wipe them off the face of the earth. Criminal cartels keep making, I got numerous death threats. Criminal cartels, you make death threats against me, bring it. Because the greatest country on the face of this earth is going to put you out of business and put you in prison. If Mexico don't do it, the United States will. President Trump will. Are you ready to secure the border?
Oh, yeah.
Then get on your feet. Are you ready to secure the border? Are you ready for the biggest deportation operation you've ever seen? Are you ready for President Trump to walk on this stage? God bless you. God bless America.
All right, so what I understand with the revised schedule they have posted, I'll let you watch. I think Charlie Kirk is going to come out next and do the introduction. And then after Charlie Kirk speaks, Trump is scheduled to hit the stage at 12:30. So in 26 minutes, Trump will be speaking. I believe this is going to be Charlie Kirk speaking right now to bring him out. Charlie Kirk is a great speaker as well. I'll tell you what, Tom Homan makes me want to just go ahead and apply for border security because, damn, he's bringing it. And I hope Zach Apotheker gets his job back and gets reinstated. We need people like that. Somebody had posted in the chat, and it was really interesting. They had posted that, why can't we have senators and congressmen and congresswomen just like Tom Homan, who've got that kind of fire, who just want to rip things apart and get it back? I'd love to see 200 plus Republicans in Congress like that, 50 senators just like that. But no, we get people like Lindsey Graham and Tom Tillis, Mike Johnson. I don't know how that cloth of man was able to, we couldn't get the same cloth of man like Tom Homan, people like that. I don't know if Washington corrupts people, but I would just love to have everybody in the Republican Congress and Senate have that kind of fire about America. And the difference is so, I mean, you can just see the contrast. Here's a guy on fire about America, and over here we got people worried about crazy stuff. It just doesn't match up. Somebody, because ICE goes and finds them after they cross the border. Yeah, Christopher Bohr, I have to get into politics. Do it. Absolutely. I think more people with fire need to do it, because somehow these people get chosen or selected or whatever, and they get in there. Yeah, damn straight. 50 senators. Like, can you imagine? Just imagine if we had 50 senators and 200 plus Congress people who had that kind of fire, what this country would be like. I saw something on X today. I'm going to feature it in a later video where his name Tom Tillis, wouldn't talk to somebody who was asking him questions until he could go verify her social media, because he was afraid of what she might say. That again says you are the media. These people are terrified of you. To the point, even Republicans won't talk to other Republicans because they're worried about what you might say about them on X. The fact of the matter that politicians are worried about what gets said on X underscores what Elon is saying. As I'm watching Dana Bash and some of these people this morning on the early morning talk shows, as I watch them basically make Elon Musk the villain of the bill not getting passed, the one that they wanted. As I watched that, you have to realize what is exactly their problem with Elon Musk. It's not him. It's just like Trump. It's not him. It's what it avails all of us to. Yes, it exposed that the entire monstrosity of that bill. We would never have known any of that if it wasn't for X. And what was really funny about it, and I'm sure many of you guys may have realized at this point, if you haven't, let me be the first to tell you, Elon didn't tweet much about the actual bill. He just said, y'all need to go read it. You need to put it in Grok. You need to look at it. You need to see it's 1,500 pages of stuff. Other people started digging into it and saying, oh, here's this, here's this, here's this. He just said, yeah, y'all might want to go look at this. This isn't good. It's criminal. It can't be passed. Those were the things he was saying. And other people were like, oh, it's got what in it? It's got a clause that says that they can't even be subject to a subpoena. He didn't post that. I saw it from some guy who made a quick video about it. See, they don't want to mention that. They think it's Elon. It's you. It's you they're afraid of. I'm sure Trump is going to mention it. Happy birthday, happy Sunday, Barry. You're up. Thank you, you too. Tillis is scared because we are actively working to replace him in North Carolina. They're done. All secrets will be exposed. I don't know if you guys ever saw that. I mentioned in one of my videos, black comedian called Cat Williams. If you haven't seen it, go to X, put in Cat Williams, and I believe, what's the guy's name? Shannon Sharp. And listen to what he said. It's like a 45-second clip. I mean, it's like a 2-hour interview, but it's like a 45-second clip. And what he says in that video, and he's talking about Puff Daddy and celebrities and athletes and blah, blah, blah. And he's like, all secrets are going to be revealed in 2024. And we just saw the culmination of that with this bill. Oh, there are no more secrets. We are crawling into every single space that we can find and get this information. So Tom Tillis, if you're afraid, that means you're just telling us dig. You realize that when these people do, like Tom Tillis is scared because we are actively working to replace him in North Carolina. If that's the case, that's telling you dig. There's something there. If he said, which he did, I'll play it, tonight. But when he said, I need to know and look at your social media, because he wants to go see how powerful they are. Do they have a following? So you're right. Tom Tillis is scared as well. How about the whole thing with Nancy? Nancy, we don't even know where she is. She's in a hospital in Luxembourg or something. She had to go over there. But people are exposing her trades. There's an entire X platform or profile that does nothing but just show you what Nancy Pelosi is doing. Rand Paul the other day was showing different celebrities and how they've gotten subsidized insurance from the government for their multi-million-dollar properties. Unfortunately, most of them are here in Florida. He showed Cher with her $40 million house, and Matt Damon with his $20 million house, and Nicolas Cage and a couple other people. But he just kept going because there's a whole bunch of them down here. There's a whole bunch of $20, $40, $50 million houses here in South Florida. They're all over the place. And each one of them are protected and subsidized because of the floodplain that they're in by the federal government. And he exposed it. Cat Williams was right. 2024 is the year of the reveal. And I believe it's going to get even bigger in 2025. So, yeah, start looking at your congressman. Start looking at your local dog catcher. Find out what these people are doing. Where are they getting the money? Yeah, she's watching. There's one guy. Listen to this about Nancy Pelosi. There's one guy who has done nothing. And I wish he had publicized it and showed us all of them. All he has done is taken every single trade that Nancy Pelosi has done, and on a much smaller scale, because he didn't have her money, just did the same thing. Hey, she did this, she did that. She did this, she did that. And just watch when she did, and the guy's made like $200,000 with no other stock information, just that. And he's made $200,000. $1,000. So we're waiting for Charlie Kirk to come out, and he's not made it out as of yet. We're just waiting for him to take the stage. And so they're probably right now getting ready for Trump as well, which is pretty good. We seem to be back on time at this point. 1 second here. I'm just checking something else to make sure we're not missing anything. And we're not. All right, so let me go some more comments. Nancy says she's looking for a country with no extradition. Man, corruption is dead with Doge. It's dead with Doge and with you. That's the important part. You have to, do stuff as well. Good afternoon, Barry and MAGA Patriots from the Navajo Nation. How you doing, brother or sister? Thomas, brother. I hope Trump exposes the health insurance companies. Pelosi and Harris have stocks in their companies. Yeah, I hope a lot of this stuff comes out. All right, so they went to, I guess they're just warming up. Nothing yet. They're going to a commercial. Let me tell you, we have a new sponsor here, and I want to take a chance. Take a second before they get on. I love this one because I'm involved in real estate, as you know, and I know this firsthand. So I'm going to offer you a free trial. Listen to this. Did you know that American homeowners nationwide have over $32 trillion in equity? And cyber criminals, the smart ones that they are targeting that equity with a growing scam the FBI calls house stealing. House alarms, doorbell cameras, and deadbolts won't work against these thieves because they're not after your stuff. They're after your equity. I've been a real estate investor for nearly 30 years, and Robin has been an agent for over 22 years here in Florida. I've seen firsthand how scammers can steal your home. It's actually surprisingly easy. If your title isn't being monitored, scammers can transfer the title of your home into their name using a one-page document that they file at the local courthouse. If the document is filed correctly, the county and the courthouse will accept it. They don't even check. Then the scammers can take out loans against your property or even sell it behind your back. The scariest part? It's unlikely that the county office will even notify you. You won't find out anything until a collection notice or even a foreclosure notice starts arriving in your mailbox. But by then, the damage has been done and you're left with a financial and legal nightmare. The best way to protect your equity is with triple lock protection from our friends at Home Title Lock. Triple lock protection is 24/7 monitoring and alerts of any changes to your title, and God forbid, if the worst happens, restoration services at no out-of-pocket cost to you. So when was the last time you checked on your title? If you're like most people, the answer is never, and that's exactly what scammers are counting on. But you can check on your home's title today and make sure you're not already a victim. You can get a free title history report and a 30-day free trial of triple lock protection today by going to HomeTitleLock.com and using the promo code BARRY or click in the link in the description. If you want peace of mind, go to HomeTitleLock.com and use the promo code BARRY. Talk to you soon. And I can tell you, as an investor, I see it happen all the time. What timing? Man, I timed that out perfectly. Here we go.
Only one standing in the way of hearing from the 45th and 47th President of the United States. So I'm not going to talk long. I just want to say I am so thankful that all of you have worked so hard to get Donald Trump back in the White House. In this state, this is the best performing swing state with a 5.5-point victory. We have all 50 states represented here in this grassroots movement of the greatest American comeback in the history of our country. I truly believe that President Trump, throughout these last couple of years, overcoming all these odds, is one of the greatest stories ever told. And let's just say thank you, God, for giving us Donald Trump and giving our country back. Ladies and gentlemen, you're about to witness history, the 45th and 47th President of the United States.
If there was one thing that you wanted people to remember about Donald Trump, what is it?
Never, ever give up.
Over the years, I've surprised a lot of people. The biggest surprise is yet to come.
You are about to begin the greatest adventure of your life.
The biggest political phoenix from the ashes story ever.
I am officially running for President of the United States.
Transformation from business to reality TV star.
We can now project the winner of the presidential race. Donald Trump wins the presidency.
This is a man's world. We've been through so much together.
This is a guy who has had arrows thrown at him. Democrats have tried to put him in jail, bankrupt.
But it would mean nothing. We overcame obstacles that nobody thought possible.
The subject of Russia investigation, 2 impeachments, 2 assassination attempts, 91 indictments, convictions. There is almost nothing that hasn't been thrown at this former president.
For the past 9 years, we have been fighting against the most sinister and corrupt forces on earth.
When they couldn't beat him, they tried to bankrupt him. When that didn't work, they tried to put him in federal prison.
Hello, Butler. Hello.
When that didn't work, they even tried to kill him.
They just tried to kill President Trump. Many people have told me that God spared my life for a reason. And that reason was to save our country and to restore America to greatness. Together we will write the next chapter of the great American story.
Donald Trump accepted his 3rd Republican presidential nomination days after an assassin attempted to take his life. President Biden has just announced that he is ending his re-election bid. Kamala Harris is to become the Democratic nominee.
You think about all the times the media wrote the obituary of Donald Trump's political career, and everybody was wrong.
We together are going to register new voters, chase ballots, vote early. We are going to do the work to save America.
President Trump will win the state of Pennsylvania.
Winner of Michigan, and they're just a few electoral votes away now from clinching to 70.
We will take back our country.
We are now projecting
And we will make
that the next president of the United States
America
is
great again.
America's comeback starts right now.
Trust Donald Trump.
Donald Trump returning to the White House as the 47th President of the United States.
His comeback victory unlike anything we have ever seen in American history.
It was the most successful citizen revolt. The people defeated the oligarchs.
When history looks back on Donald Trump, he will be one of the greatest leaders this world has ever seen.
Forever be remembered as the day the American people regained control of their country.
Republicans will pull off a political trifecta, controlling the House, the Senate, and the White House.
I am with you, I will fight for you, and I will win for you.
President Trump is putting together a brilliant cabinet of fantastic America First fighters.
With you at my side, we're going to unlock America's glorious destiny, demolish the deep state. This will truly be the golden age of America. Our best days are yet to come.
Ladies and gentlemen, now welcome to the stage the 45th and 47th President of the United States of America, Donald J. Trump.
Well, hello, Arizona. It's great to be here. Nice to win the election. That's very nice to win. And I want to wish everybody a very Merry Christmas. They don't say that too much anymore. We say it. And when I had all that smoke backstage, I said, hey, are there any steps in front of me? I don't want to go down. I go down, that would not be good. We don't want to do that, nice and slow. But I just want to thank you. What a beautiful production this is. What a great job the whole group does. And it's been amazing. Turning Point's been amazing. And it's really been tremendous numbers of American patriots. It's really been great. And you saw what happened last month. And we had Turning Point's grassroots army. It's an army. They turned out to vote And they voted in record numbers, and everybody else voted in record numbers too, I have to tell you. And we did something that was really epic. We won a battle that a lot of people thought was very hard to win, you know, too big to rig. Remember what I said, too big to rig? We make it too big to rig, we're going to win. And it really was one of the great political victories in the history of our country, and that's good. They said one of the very big radical left newspapers said the most consequential election in the last 129 years. And I said, couldn't they have made it a little bit longer than that? You know, 129 years, but that's pretty good. But we won. Oh, it's so nice. We won the popular vote by a lot, by millions and millions. And I used to hear the first one we won and we did great. And they always would say, while he didn't win the popular vote, he won the electoral college. You know, they'd say that low. But we actually did very well then, but we did really well the second time. And this time, we said, to hell with it. We've got to just blow them away. And that's what we did. We blew them away. So we won all 7 swing states. Remember, they were saying, well, you know, we did very well in early voting, so we didn't have to win too much because we were way ahead. But they said, well, he only has to win 2, but we won all 7. Can you believe it, huh? We won all 7. And we carried the great state of Arizona, something not easy for a Republican to do, but it was easy for us to do. And we had more than a 6-point landslide. That's called the landslide here. And not only did we reclaim the White House, we also took back the U.S. Senate, and we won the largest popular vote majority for House Republicans in a presidential year since 1928. That's a pretty good thing. And I want to express my tremendous gratitude to Charlie Kirk. He's really an amazing guy. Amazing guy. And his whole staff for their relentless efforts to achieve this very historic victory. It's such a great honor. It's not my victory, it's your victory. It's a great honor. Man, we worked hard on this. We knew bad things happened in 2020. And if I didn't know that we won in 2020, I wouldn't have done this because it would have been like the ultimate poll, right? But we won by a lot. And this time we said, look, now we got to really win by, and we won by so much. They just, you know, they threw all their placards. They wanted to protest. They were all set. And at about 9 o'clock, they said, man, this guy's killing us. They threw the placards. They went home, and we had no riots. We had no anything. It was a beautiful thing to watch. They just said, we lost. And we want to try bringing everybody together. We're going to try. We're going to really give it a shot. The thing that brings people together is victory. It's winning. And we had that for much of my first year. We had the greatest economy in history in our first term. We can now call it a first term. We had the greatest economy in the history of our country, maybe in the history of any country, frankly. And we had... we did things that nobody could have done, and we're going to do them even better now. We're going to be drilling, as we say, drill, baby, drill. We're going to drill, baby, drill. But we're going to be doing a lot more than drilling. But I also want to give a very special thanks to everyone at Turning Point Action who outworked and outsmarted, always outsmart. You gotta be smart, too, and outorganized the radical left opposition. We had very strong opposition, not in terms of numbers, but I will tell you, something's happened because that was a big defeat for them. Nobody expected the numbers. You know what happened? The pollsters went around, and whenever anyone said, it's none of your business, they say, who are you voting for? Or who did you vote for? They said, it's none of your business. And sometimes they said much tougher language than that, but I'm not going to get into that because I'll get in big trouble on the home front. And with Franklin Graham, please, sir. He says, please, sir, please don't use foul language. You speak so beautifully. You can do just as well. Actually, it doesn't work quite as well, but that's okay. It's just emphasis. But when they said, essentially, it's none of your business, that was a Trump vote. And they had the highest numbers of people that said that because they don't trust the press, etc. And we had the highest numbers, and that's why the polls showed us winning. But not winning in a landslide like we did. And we sort of knew that was going to happen. We could tell by the rally size. Look at this. Here we won. There's no reason except celebration, but that's not a bad reason, is it? And look at the crowd. They have 7,000 or 8,000 people standing outside. They can't get in. Would anybody like to give up their seat, please? Huh? You know, doing this for years, I don't think I've ever had anyone say, yes, I'll give it up. Just one person, nobody. The Democrats and the media said the Turning Point could never run a ground game. They weren't experienced. They didn't know Charlie, right? But when the ballots came in, the other side really didn't know what the hell hit them. They got hit hard. The victory was such an outstanding one, such a big one. And the other side now, and we don't want this. We want people to be happy and healthy. But they did. They lost their confidence. If you watch television now, they're all befuddled. They don't know what the hell happened. They're befuddled, to use quite a nice word that my mother used to use years ago, talking about somebody that's a mess. But they did. They've lost their confidence, and hopefully they'll lose it for a long time and then come over to our side, because we want to have them. We want to have them. And we're going to have some inauguration on the 20th. We're going to have something. It's going to be great. Going to be great. But something happened also in the election. All 50 states shifted toward the Republican Party, every single one of them. And together we won the largest share of African-American voters of any Republican in modern history. Actually, in history. We won more Hispanic American votes than any Republican ever, and we won the vote. We won the Latino men. Who's a Latino man? Do we have any Latino men? Now, you're not a Latino man. Very beautiful woman, but a man you are not. Of course, nowadays, who the hell knows? But we won the Hispanic, I call Hispanic. I always said, do you like Latino or Hispanic? Let's go. Let's do a free poll. Who likes to be called Latino? Okay, that's what's always happening. Listen to this. Who likes to be called Hispanic? Not as good as usual. But we won half of all voters aged 18 to 29. There's never been anything like that. We won by 36 young people. And we got the highest share of youth vote of any Republican ever before in history. And we had great people. You know, my son Barron said, Dad, you got to see this one, that one, this one. He said he likes Joe Rogan a lot, too. He said, you got to see Joe Rogan. Dad, you got to do an interview with these people. And he is a sort of a feel for young people. I guess that's a nice thing to have when you're young. But he has a feel for it, and it was amazing. So we got the highest vote ever for a Republican candidate. We won by 36 points with young people. That never happens. A Republican loses by 36 or 40. So I'm going to have to start thinking about TikTok. I think we're going to have to start thinking. Because, you know, we did go on TikTok, and we had a great response. We had billions of views, billions and billions of views. They brought me a chart, and it was a record, and it was so beautiful to see. And as I looked at it, I said, maybe we got to keep this sucker around a little while. You know, who wants to? Oh, look, I see Sheriff Joe. Sheriff Joe, could we use you on the border? Stand up, Sheriff Joe. Look at that. He had no problems with the border. You could straighten your border out in 2 minutes. We'll put Sheriff Joe over there. And and you're looking good, Joe. You're looking good. And we miss your wife, right? Your great wife. She's up there proud as hell of you. But he had no border problems. You didn't have any border problems. And we'll do that very shortly for you. We're going to have, you have a governor that doesn't know what the hell she's doing. You have people that don't know what they're doing. And we're going to change it because your border is a disaster. Your border is a disaster, what's going on. And you just have a few days to wait. We're going to be fully operational, I would say, by about 2 o'clock on the 20th. 20th of January. With your help, we gained 23 points with voters under the age of even 25. Think of that. We gained 23 points. And in the election of 2024, our movement not only won a mandate, but we built new American majorities all over the place and will define our country's future. I believe it's going to define our country's future for generations to come. That's going to happen. It's, there's some people called up that are great people, actually. Great business leaders called, a lot of them. And some of them weren't exactly on my side, but they're on my side now. But they said there's a light over not only the country right now, but over the entire world. And it is happening. And we want to get some of these wars that would have never happened, like Russia, Ukraine would have never happened. Israel would have never been attacked, would have never happened. We wouldn't have inflation. We wouldn't have had that Afghanistan horror show. That horrible, the way we left, leaving billions of dollars of equipment behind and 13 soldiers. And, nobody ever mentions, and I mention because I love them and they're all watching right now. 48 soldiers that were horrifically injured. Nobody ever, they lived and they don't talk about them, but these are incredible warriors that were hurt so badly with the legs and the arms and the face and hurt so badly. 48 of them, and we love you. You're listening, and we love you. We're not forgetting you. And for all of us standing before you today, I can proudly proclaim that the golden age of America is upon us. It's going to be a golden age. There's a spirit that we have now that we didn't have just a short while ago. Sadly, we didn't have. Well, who the hell can have a spirit? Watching women get beat up in a boxing ring? I don't think that's spirit, right? We're going to end that one quick. We're going to end it very quickly. We're going to end that one very quickly. Since the election, the stock market has broken one record after another. The biggest gain of stock market after an election in history. That's a good sign. In a single month, small business optimism soared 41 points, which is a record. That's a record. Bitcoin has surged to an all-time record high of $108,000. Congratulations. Congratulations. And just last week, in an overwhelming statement of confidence in our leadership, the CEO of SoftBank, a very highly respected man in Asia, Masayoshi Son, you probably saw it, announced that he will be investing, and only because I won the election, he made that clear, only because he has confidence in the United States, between $100 billion and $200 billion. And he's going to be investing. It's equal to about 100,000 jobs at least. And all over the world, people are investing now. They're starting the investments, and it's going to be a beautiful thing with the jobs. But they're calling it the Trump effect because even before taking office, we're already bringing in the jobs and opportunity and safety and common sense back to the USA. We're bringing common sense back. Maybe that's the most important thing. I think common sense is the most important thing, but not only are we seeing it at home, but we're seeing it abroad as well. The European Union is suddenly talking about buying vast new quantities of natural, American, beautiful natural gas. Is beautiful, and it's very inexpensive. It's a lot less expensive than windmills all over the place. A lot less expensive. But I've informed Mexico and Canada that they will have to step up and stop the illegal aliens and illegal drugs from pouring into our country. Have to stop. And that goes for the European Union, and it goes for many other places. European Union's treated us very, very badly. We have hundreds of billions of dollars with deficits. They don't take our cars. They don't take our agricultural product, but we take theirs. And they've got to be careful. They can't treat us that way. They're not going to be treating us that way for long. That I can tell you. Because we're not going to let them turn the United States into a dumping ground. We're not going to let it happen. We pay Canada in subsidies and deficits over $150 billion a year. And you say, why are we doing that? Why are we paying Canada $150 billion? Essentially, we're paying Canada, and we love Canada. I have so many friends. I love Canada. I love it. But why are we spending $150 billion on Canada? Yet Canada allows people and drugs to flood in through our northern border. You know, we have a northern border that's not doing so well either. Likewise, people are coming in from Mexico in numbers that have never, ever been seen before. We had 21 million people come in over the past 4 years. Think of that, 21 million people. And you see a lot of these people should not be here. They come from mental institutions and prisons from all over the world, not just South America. Hundreds of thousands more are racing to get across before January 20th. You got to see it. And I was very strong with Mexico. I spoke to the new president, who was lovely, wonderful woman, and President Sheinbaum, wonderful woman, actually. But I said, you can't do this to our country. We're not going to take it anymore. You can't do it. But I've informed Mexico that it just cannot continue. We're not going to let it continue. The United States has lost 300,000 people a year. Think of that. I don't know. I mean, how many people, everybody you meet said, I lost my daughter, I lost my son to drugs, to fentanyl, mostly to fentanyl, but to drugs. Families are being destroyed, and we're going to stop it. We're not going to let that happen. And we're also going to be doing something that's, I think, going to help a lot. We're going to do very big advertising campaigns, just like a campaign for running for president. We spend a lot of money, but it'll be a very small amount of money relatively. We're going to advertise how bad drugs are for you, how bad they are. They ruin your look, they ruin your face, they ruin your skin, and ruin your teeth. If you want to have horrible teeth, take a lot of fentanyl. If you want to have skin that looks so terrible, take fentanyl. We're going to show what these drugs are doing to you. Nobody's done that before, and we're going to do it. And that is, it's going to be like running a political campaign, just like running for president, just like we just did. We had some pretty good ads, right? We explained what these people have done, how they're destroying our country. I mean, who would let millions of people pour in from prisons and jails and mental institutions, and I always say insane asylums? You know, the press gave me a hard time because sometimes I'd use a name, Hannibal Lecter. They said, why does he mention Hannibal Lecter? That has nothing to do with it. Why would he? I mean, are they stupid? The fact is that we don't want Hannibal Lecter. You know what that is? Silence of the Lambs. We don't want Hannibal Lecter, Dr. Hannibal Lecter in our country, do we, huh? And you know what happened when they went to the voting booth? Or, unfortunately, if they signed their mail-in ballot, but we got by it. We got to change all of that stuff. We got to have great, fair, confident elections. But when they went into the booth or they signed their ballot, they said, Hannibal Lecter, that's a bad guy. We don't want him here. They knew that. They didn't like that. They didn't like that I used them because it's a very good example. It's like incredible what they do. We need borders. We need fair elections, and we need a free and fair press. And we're going to try getting all of them. As another example of the things we're doing and looking at, it's such a terrible thing is happening. The Panama Canal is considered a vital national asset for the United States of America due to its critical role, American economy, the whole world economy, and also national security. The Panama Canal. Has anyone ever heard of the Panama Canal? Because we're being ripped off at the Panama Canal like we're being ripped off everywhere else. He just said, take it back. That's a good idea.
Where do you come from, sir? He doesn't come from Panama. Oh, yeah, good. A secure Panama Canal is crucial for U.S. commerce and rapid deployment of the Navy from the Atlantic all the way to the Pacific. It's an incredible thing, and drastically cut shipping times down to U.S. ports by days and even weeks. The United States is the #1 user of the Panama Canal, with over 72% of all transits heading to or from U.S. ports. Think of that. So we built it. We're the ones that use it. They gave it away. Considered one of the one of the great wonders of the world. The Panama Canal opened for business 110 years ago and was built at huge cost to the United States, and it really is big when you consider the lives and the treasure, the equivalent of $1.2 trillion today. You don't hear those numbers. 38,000 American men, almost all men, they went there to be construction workers and dig. They were diggers, and they were brave. 38,000 men died from infected mosquitoes in the jungles of Panama during the construction period. Think of that. We lost 38,000 men. Teddy Roosevelt was president of the United States at the time of its building and understood the strength of naval power and trade. When President Jimmy Carter foolishly gave it away for $1. During his term in office, it was solely for Panama to manage and not for China or any other country to manage. You see what's going on there? China. It was likewise not given for Panama to charge the United States, its Navy, and its corporations doing business within our country exorbitant prices and rates of passage, which they do. They charge us like it's a disgrace. Our Navy and commerce have been treated in a very unfair and injudicious way. The fees being charged by Panama are ridiculous, highly unfair, especially knowing the extraordinary generosity that has been bestowed to Panama, I say very foolishly, by the United States. This complete ripoff of our country will immediately stop. It's going to stop. The United States has a big and vested interest in the secure, efficient, and reliable operation of the Panama Canal. And that was always understood when they gave it to Panama. Can you believe that? We would never have done it if we thought what's happening now can happen, and we would never, and we will never, ever let it fall into the wrong hands. But it's falling into the wrong hands. It was not given for the benefit of others by a token of cooperation, but it was given to Panama and to the people of Panama, but it has provisions. You got to treat us fairly, and they haven't treated us fairly. If the principles, both moral and legal, of this magnanimous gesture of giving are not followed, then we will demand that the Panama Canal be returned to the United States of America in full, quickly, and without question. I'm not going to stand for it. So to the officials of Panama, please be guided accordingly. William McKinley, the 25th President of the United States, was because of the vast sums of money that he brought into our country, the person really who got us the money that President Theodore Roosevelt used to build the Panama Canal and a lot of other things. McKinley was a very good, maybe a great president. They took his name off Mount McKinley, right? That's what they do to people. Now, he was a great president, very good president at a minimum. He was a very good businessman. He was a businessman, then a governor, very successful businessman, and then he ran for president, and he won. And he was able to use business principles, and he was a strong believer in tariffs. And we were actually probably wealthiest of any time, relatively speaking, at any point in the history of our country. In the 1890s, we were so wealthy. We had commissions set up what to do with all the money that we were taking in. We had no income tax. We only had tariffs. I consider that to be the most beautiful word in the dictionary. But President McKinley was the president that was responsible for creating a vast sum of money in the United States that Teddy Roosevelt then spent. So let's say they were both excellent presidents, but McKinley did that, and that's one of the reasons that we're going to bring back the name of Mount McKinley, because I think he deserves it. I think he deserves it. There are lots of things we can name, but I think he deserves it. That was not very gracious to somebody that did a good job. And as you know, he was assassinated. He was assassinated. We have accomplished so much in just 47 days since the election, but that's only the beginning of what we will achieve together as the 47th President of the United States of America. Over the past few weeks, I've nominated an all-star cabinet of some of the most fearless, determined, and brilliant individuals ever to step forward for public office. And we're getting great reviews, I have to say, and they're all doing well. But we're getting fantastic reviews on the people that we chose. It's we chose. Because I wouldn't choose them if I didn't think you liked them. I don't have that kind of courage. You like every one of them, and everybody. I mean, people are amazed at the quality. Our Secretary Scott of the Treasury is central casting, the whole group. But to get wokeness out of our military and restore the unquestioned strength and fighting spirit of the American Armed Forces, I've appointed Pete Hegseth to be our next Secretary of Defense. He's going to be great. You know, I've interviewed with him a lot on Fox, and all he ever wanted to talk about was the military, including when we weren't on. He'd talk about the military. He'd talk about how unfairly our soldiers were treated. Can I give a pardon to this one or that one who was treated so unfairly? They teach them to be fighting machines, and then when they fight, they want to put them in jail for 35 years. And he was very strong on that. That's all he wanted to talk about, really, and it just seems so natural to me. Plus, he had a great education, went to Princeton and Harvard, was a tremendous student, and he's a very vibrant, strong guy. I think he's going to be great. He's doing well to make our intelligence community respected even more. I don't even think the word even is right, because we had some bad years with these people. But we're going to do something. We're going to stop looking at all of these horrible foreign wars that we've gotten ourselves through stupidity. We're in wars at countries that nobody ever even heard of before. And we're going to be smart. We're going to be guided by strength. And we're going to have peace through strength like we had. I had no wars other than I wiped out ISIS. We wiped out ISIS in a small fraction. They said it was going to take 5 years. It took 4 weeks. We have a great military, not the ones you see on television, the real generals, but I've nominated Tulsi Gabbard as our Director of National Intelligence. And to be our next Secretary of Health and Human Services, I decided, look, something's going on here. When you look at, like, autism from 25 years ago, and you look at it now, something's going on, and I nominated Robert F. Kennedy, Jr. Think of it. Think of this. 25 years ago, autism, 1 in 10,000 children. Today, it's 1 in 36 children. Is something wrong? I think so. And Robert and I and all, we're going to figure it out. But did you ever hear numbers like that? Something's wrong. Something's wrong. Likewise, there's been a 25% increase in childhood cancer and a staggering increase in chronic diseases. So together we're going to make America healthy again. We're going to make America healthy again. Something's happening. Something bad is happening. And to end the weaponization of law enforcement and restore fair, equal, and impartial justice, we will have an outstanding new Attorney General in Pam Bondi. She's fantastic. She is fantastic. Known her a long time. And I'm very pleased to report that Christopher Wray is on his way out. He's resigned. And he will soon be replaced by our next FBI director, somebody who I think is going to be one of the greatest, maybe the greatest director of them all, Kash Patel. I campaigned on an agenda of delivering profound change to Washington, and last month the American people voted for change like they've never voted before, and in overwhelming numbers that nobody saw coming. I saw coming, because I think we all saw coming. When you went to the rallies, you saw that. We'd have, like we had in New Jersey, 107,000 people, and they'd go out the next day and they'd have 30 people, maybe 40 if they were lucky. And then I heard how it was going to be a close race. I said, why is that? Why is that? I don't quite get that. But now the Republican Senate majority is working very hard to confirm my nominees, and we appreciate it. And with the help of this dream team cabinet, and we have so many others I won't bother mentioning, but you know every one of them, we're going to embark on the most exciting and successful period of reform and renewal in all of American history. We're going to do something that's going to be really, really special. You're going to be so happy. And as you know, I made a series of big day one promises in my campaign. You know them just as well as I do. And 29 days from now, I intend to keep those promises to the American people. And just as we did 4 years ago, my administration will live by the motto, promises made, promises kept. We did keep our promises. And there's a new hat, there's a brand new hat that's out. I saw it yesterday, the first time, and it's selling like hotcakes. It says, Trump was right about everything. And I don't want to brag, but we were right about just about everything, including foreign policy, these crazy wars that we're in. One of the things I want to do, and quickly, and President Putin said that he wants to meet with me as soon as possible. So we have to wait for this, but we have to end that war. That war is a horrible, the soldiers, the number of soldiers being killed. It's a flat plane, and the bullets are going, and there's powerful bullets, powerful guns, and the only thing that's going to stop them is a human body. They go dead flat land. Nobody's ever seen anything like it. Millions of soldiers have died now. Millions. We're seeing numbers that are just crazy. Got to stop it. It's ridiculous. Would have never happened if I was president. That war would have never happened. And October 7th, Israel would have never happened either. So much. Our country would be so different and the world would be so different. But it's not. So we have to make it great. We're going to make it great. We're going to do it as quickly as we can. On my first day back in the Oval Office, I will sign a historic slate of executive orders to close our border to illegal aliens and stop the invasion of our country. And on that same day, we will begin the largest deportation operation in American history, larger even than that of President Dwight D. Eisenhower. And as part of Operation Aurora, you know all about Aurora, how horrible that's been. Every single foreign gang and illegal alien member All of this criminal network operating on American soil will be dismantled, deported, and destroyed. Going to get them out. Think of it. They sent their gang members to us. Busload after busload. We had an open border. They're gang members. They're drug dealers. They're drug addicts. People that were sick. People that were healthy and strong. What the hell was that? You get the little yips up here every once in a while. I wonder why. That was a strange sound. I've heard some very strange sounds. Every foreign gang member will be expelled, and I will immediately designate the cartels as foreign terrorist organizations. We're going to do it immediately. And we'll unleash the full power of federal law enforcement, ICE, Border Patrol. How good is, by the way, how good is Tom Homan, right? He's phenomenal. I've known him a long time. I'll bet you Sheriff Joe likes Tom Homan, right? Sheriff Joe, yes? Yep. He goes, yep. The DEA, the FBI, the intelligence community, and financial sanctions to remove the migrant gangs and criminals that are killing and raping and maiming our citizens. We're going to get them out. We're going to get them out. We're going to get them out fast. We have no choice. We have no choice, by the way. I don't want to do that, but we have no choice. Last thing I want to do could have been so much easier. The election wasn't rigged. It would have been a much different thing. But this will show something. This is going to show how we do it and how good we are. You know, we showed how the opposite philosophy runs a country, and it wasn't good. They had an approval rating today. It was 14%. Nobody's ever had an approval rating of 14. That's the lowest approval rating. And we're going to have a very high, in fact, we already have a very high approval rating. We're way up, way up, higher than almost anybody, higher than anybody as of this morning. We will end the occupation, and January 20th will truly be Liberation Day in America. Is that okay? Liberation Day. And this great liberation will be in honor of all of the victims of migrant crime and all of the angel moms and angel dads who have lost their really incredible kids that, you know, they're going around for years and years. And I talk to them all the time. I know so many of them. And many of them are here. And we can just say, we love you. We're with you. They had so little help from the politicians on the other side. We're joined today by Patty Morin, the mother of Rachel Morin, who you know all about, a beautiful mother of 5 who was murdered by an illegal alien monster who entered our country under the open border policies of the Biden administration. Your borders are always not too good. Your borders that was not Tom Homan, I can tell you. But Patty, those days are over, and they will soon be over. I hope we're just not going to have, how can you say never again, but we're going to have as few as possible. It's going to be rough, and it's going to be rough on the ones that do that kind of damage to you and to our country. Where is Patty? Is she here someplace? I just want to thank her. Hi, Patty. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for being here. Appreciate it. Thank you, Larry. Do you want to come up for a second, Patty? Huh? Do you want to come up? I had lunch with Patty, and she suffered greatly. I said, let me help you with your eyes, because I want to help her with her eyes. She has an eye situation that can be fixed with some medical help. Many of them can't be fixed. I said, Patty, get your eyes taken care of. I'll take care of it. Just get it done. I hope you got it done. Did you have them done yet? Did you have it done yet, Patty? That's great. Oh, you look good, Patty. Be careful. Did you have your eyes done yet, Patty? You get them done, okay?
January.
Oh, good. Good. She's going to get them done in January. Good.
Thank you. Thank you. The first time I met President Trump in person, he invited us to lunch, my attorney and I. And to be honest, I didn't do anything. I just sat there. I didn't really speak because I wanted to watch the man and listen to what he had to say and what his conversation was like, because I knew he wasn't a politician, but I knew that he had been president before, and I wanted to see if he was a real, authentic man who actually cared for the American people. And so I watched him. I watched how he interacted. I also watched how much his staff really respected him and how much his staff loved working for him. But the thing that changed the way that I looked at him as a person was I realized that he was a dad, that he was a grandfather, and when you spoke to him, you could see in his eyes that he genuinely cared about his fellow human being. But the thing I appreciate the most is that he heard the cries of a mother. And he cared. And he made a promise that he was going to protect us and that he was going to help us. And that's all you can ask from your president, but also just from a fellow human being. And so I personally, I am so honored to know this man and to think of you as a friend.
Thank you very much. She's been through hell. Who wouldn't be? I mean, so many people, so many, I call them angel moms, and they go through hell. And many of them say it doesn't get any better, but we have to hope it does get better. Also with us is a very special guy, the president of the National Border Patrol Council, Paul Perez. He's incredible. He's doing a fantastic job, and he wants to do the job right. Hey, Paul, come on up here, Paul, quickly. Paul, in 1 month, the Patriots of Border Patrol will once again have a president who will back you and will have you, and we're going to work together as we have done in the past. You know, we had the safest border in the history of our country. And you remember the famous sign that I pulled down? That sign was about how good the border was. I haven't used that sign much lately. Well, we won, so I guess I don't have to use it, but we really do have to use it, because the fact is that we have to have strong, safe borders, and we have to have men like this and women who are doing an unbelievable job. I've gotten to know a lot of them. I'll tell you what, they're tougher than I am. I don't want to mess with them, right? But this man has done as the head, and also replacing a very good guy. We know that, right? And he's going to have a good life. I hope he's going to, because he was a very special guy, and you're a very special guy. Say a few words, please, Paul.
I mean, we're back. America is back. The strength and security that Donald Trump brings to the White House is what we've needed. He's done it before. He's going to do it again. We're going to make all of these communities safe. And like Tom Homan said, if you're not going to help, get the hell out of the way. Donald Trump is by far the best president in the history of this country, and he's going to show everybody exactly why. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Paul, and everybody, and Brandon Judd, all of the people that do such an incredible job. We're also pleased to be joined by a man who just also, we really did well in Texas. And I heard Ted's speech, and he can come up and speak more if he wants, or he can just, you know, Ted's going to be going to a big event in a little while. Where's Ted Cruz? Is he here? He's here someplace. Ted? Ted? Oh, he's in trouble. Oh, he's in trouble. No, he was here. Oh, good. He's not in trouble.
Keep Texas, Texas. Amen. And I've got to say, this election has given President Donald J. Trump, a Republican Senate and a Republican House, a clear mandate to deliver on our promises. One month from today, President Trump will secure the border. We are going to bring back jobs. We are going to lower prices. We are going to protect American families. We are going to put criminals in jail. We are going to keep our kids safe. We are going to end foreign wars with victory. And I'll tell you, Mr. President, the results of this election, 7 battleground states, you won all 7. The people elected a Republican Senate and a Republican House to have your back, and we are going to deliver results. And if I can speak parochially for a minute, one of the most consequential things that happened in this race in Texas, you won profoundly in Texas, and both you and I won a majority of Hispanic votes in the great state of Texas. That is unprecedented. That is generational change, and it demonstrates that we are going to protect our nation. We are going to bring our country back, and we are going to make America great again.
He's actually a great guy. Was really out there working. Oh, I'm so glad he was here. Oh, that was an amazing moment. But we want to thank him. He had a great race and did a fantastic job against like 250 million spent against him. But Texas was very special, and it will remain very special. It's doing really excellent people, great people. And the governor's doing a fantastic job in Texas. Your senator, and Dan Patrick, and everybody doing, Attorney General. Also, I want to bring up, if I could, or just say hello to him. He's on the outskirts, because you got a lot of people in this room. You got a lot more people outside than you have in the room. The RNC chairman, Michael Whatley, who was so fantastic in what he did with Laura. The two of them were so great. Where's Michael? Come on up, Michael. Come here. This guy did some job. Thank you very much.
It takes 3 things to win in a battleground state. Number 1, you got to get out the vote. Number 2, you got to protect the ballot. And number 3, you have to have a great candidate who runs a great race. The people in this room helped us get out the vote. They helped us protect the ballot. We would not have been able to win all those battleground states without you. But when it comes to having a great candidate who runs a great race, there is simply nobody better ever than the 45th and now 47th President of the United States of America, Donald J. Trump. Thank you.
Thank you very much. He really has, and Laura have done an incredible job. What a pleasure. They were fighting. They had so many lawyers. They were fighting the enemy like you wouldn't believe. I mentioned Tom Homan, but special, he's going to do so well. And a friend of mine who I haven't seen in a little while, Matt Gaetz, is here. Where's Matt? He's around here someplace. Matt Gaetz. He's got a big career set up. And just want to say hello to Matt. And Arizona GOP Chair Gina Swoboda. Wow, she is very, Gina, where's Gina? Because we're going to be backing Gina to run again. There she is, Gina. Gina, are you going to run again? Yes? Because if you do, you have my endorsement. So that should be good. Thank you. Thank you, Bill. Great job you've done. A great professional golfer, a friend of mine. He's really a good golfer. Tom Pernice is here someplace. Tom, wherever you may be. Hello, Tom. Don't play him in golf. Play him in other things, but not golf. Trish Dugan is here, who is just a fantastic. Where is Trish? She's one of my great friends. Thank you very much. Has she helped? Trish has helped us so at a level that very few people can even dream of. So I want to thank you very much. Trish Duggan, please. Thanks. Where's Trish? Thank you, Trish. I think I see Carrie Lake. Is that Carrie Lake? Yes. Hi, Carrie. Stand up, Carrie. Hi. Hi. Good job. Worked hard. She's a good woman and she's going to be doing something very big, maybe bigger. It's a big one that you have. So good luck with it. You're going to do well. Going to turn that around like nobody ever saw before. So thank you very much for accepting it. Sergio Gore, a friend of mine who's doing a fabulous job leading the presidential personnel. He's really working hard. Where's Sergio? He's around here someplace. Sergio, where is he? Hi, Sergio. Good job you're doing. We have some big announcements over the next few days, too, big ones. A great actor has been with us for a long time when it wasn't fashionable. Rob Schneider. Rob. He was here with a few of his friends when it wasn't quite as fashionable, right, Rob? But you were here. Thank you very much. Great job you're doing, too. Karen Robeson. Where is Karen? Karen is here, and she's, I hear, running for governor. She's going to be running for governor. Where's Karen? Hi, Karen. Hello, Karen. Are you running for governor? I think so, Karen, because if you do, you're going to have my support, okay? You're going to have my support. A man that is very non-controversial, a very unique, he really is a unique person, but he doesn't like controversy. His name is Steve Bannon. Has anyone ever heard of him? Where's Steve? Hello. Hi, Steve. A big, powerful voice he's got. His show is phenomenal. War Room. And thank you, Steve. There's nobody like Steve. Thank you very much, Steve. And a Phoenix police officer who was shot 8 times in the line of duty, Tyler Moldovan, who I just saw backstage. Where's Tyler? Oh, he's got to be right there. There he is. Hi, Tyler. Thank you, Tyler. Hi, Tyler. Wow. Thank you, Tyler. Eight times. Can you believe that? Think of that. 8 times, and he's looking great. Thank you very much. And to your family, beautiful wife. With the stroke of my pen on day one, we're going to stop the transgender lunacy. And I will sign executive orders to end child sexual mutilation, get transgender out of the military and out of our elementary schools and middle schools and high schools. And we will keep men out of women's sports. And that will likewise be done on day one. Should I do day 1, day 2, or day 3? How about day 1, right? Under the Trump administration, it will be the official policy of the United States government that there are only 2 genders, male and female. Doesn't sound too complicated, does it? To rescue our economy, I will sign day 1 orders to end all Biden restrictions on energy production, terminate his insane electric vehicle mandate, cancel his natural gas export ban, reopen Anwar in Alaska, the biggest site potentially anywhere in the world, and declare a national energy emergency. And do we have great people in energy? Head of energy, Chris Wright, and Doug Burgum is the interior. And I merged both of them. You know, the energy had no energy. It just had the right to do energy. And interior had all the energy, but it didn't have the right to drill. So I merged them. And they're great friends. They're both very talented people. We're going to have so much oil and gas and other things, you won't know what to do with it. You'll say, please, President Trump, stop. We have too much. The prices are going too low, sir. Remember, we were $1.84 a gallon gasoline. Wouldn't that be nice? I will direct every cabinet secretary to cut 10 old regulations for every new regulation, which I did last time. We'll be getting rid of a lot of. Last term, for me, we did something special. We cut more regulations by 4 times than any other president in history, and we're going to top that record. Some of those ridiculous regulations were immediately put back on, and they were just hurting our country. That's why we had the best job numbers ever, because of what we did with regulation. You know, we cut taxes more than any president in history, and we cut regulations more than any president in history. And when I asked the people that run the big companies, which is more important, cutting the taxes or cutting the regulations, every single one of them so far has said the regulations were more important for jobs and everything else. Who would think that? But I will order federal workers to get back to the office in person or be terminated from the job immediately. And we will create the new Department of Government Efficiency headed by Elon Musk. And no, he's not taking the presidency. I like having smart people. You know, they're on a new kick. Russia, Ukraine, all the different hoaxes. And the new one is, President Trump has ceded the presidency to Elon Musk. No, that's not happening. But Elon's done an amazing job. Isn't it nice to have smart people that we can rely on? Right? Don't we want that? He's done a great job. And I'll tell you, he landed that rocket a few months ago. It landed, it's coming down so fast, 17,000 miles an hour, he says, and coming down, it looks like it's getting ready. And then all of a sudden, the jets go on, it slows it down, then it's almost stopped it. Then it guides it over left, right, up, high, down. I said, what the hell's going on? Because nobody ever saw this before. And then it has the big gantry, very expensive. It looks like it's going to be smashed to smithereens. And then those jet engines roared from the bottom. It's coming in this way, a little hot. And the engines, pushed it straight, it landed. And it was like you're hugging a beautiful baby. Baby. No, not that baby. But it was the most incredible thing. And then he got into his car and/or plane or whatever, however he went, and he went to Pennsylvania, and he stayed up there for a month and helped us to win that state, which we won by a lot. So he was really good. And he supplied Starlink for North Carolina when they had no form of communication. They said, sir, do you know Elon Musk? Yeah. Well, we can't get Starlink. It's very hard to get. And I called Elon, we have to get some up there. You got to get some up there. And he got over 2,000 units. That's a lot. And they flooded it with Starlink, and it was so good. It saved a lot of lives, so we want to thank him. But no, he's not going to be president, that I can tell you. And I'm safe. You know why? He can't be. He wasn't born in this country. But the fake news knows that. No, he's a great guy, and we want to have him. Everybody, so many people are in this audience that have helped. So to an extent that you wouldn't believe, but we're going to bring transparency and accountability back to our government, and we'll be very soon, you're going to see it drain the swamp. We're going to be draining that swamp at levels never seen before. And I hope everybody goes home and reads the congressional report on the criminal activities of the Unselect Committee of Political Thugs, J6 Committee. What they did is so illegal. And Congress has done a fantastic job on that. They just put out a report. They call it an interim report. It's brutal. On them, not on me, on them. And it's terrible. What they've done to this country is just absolutely terrible. But we'll end the left's campaign of racial discrimination and restore equality to our land and all over our land. And you see that happening so much with the vote and the kind of vote we got. Nobody ever expected anything like that. And I'll end all of the Marxist diversity, equity, and inclusion policies across the entire federal government immediately. And at the same time, we will ban these unlawful policies we're going to ban them from the private sector as well. In America, we believe in the merit system. The merit system. And now, because of the major decision handed down recently by the Supreme Court, our country has again gone back to the merit system. That's what made our country great. And I want to just thank the Supreme Court, because that took a great deal of courage for them to do that. And some people were surprised by it, but that's what made us great. Merit made us great. I will direct our military to begin construction of the great Iron Dome missile defense shield, which will be made all in the USA, much of it right here in Arizona. You know, Ronald Reagan wanted to do it many, many years ago, but they didn't really have the technology. It's lucky that he didn't, because they didn't, but they have it now. We can knock a needle out of the sky. And as Commander-in-Chief, I will restore the proud and historic names of our great military bases like Fort Bragg. We're going to get them back. And woke has to stop, because along with everything else, it's destroying our country. We're going to stop woke. Woke is bullshit. As an example, in addition to the military bases, I understand they want to now rename 14 ships. We want to rename them. Some of these ships have had a great and glorious past. They want to take the name off and put another name down. Oh, I can imagine whose name they're going to put up. Not going to happen with me. It's not happening with me, I can promise you that. The actions I have described today are just a small preview of the common sense revolution, because that's what I call it, a common sense revolution that's coming soon to America, to a theater near you, right? But it's coming to you through your president, Donald J. Trump. The people have given us their trust, and in return, we're going to give them the best day one, the biggest first week, and the most extraordinary first 100 days of any president in American history. And in conclusion, on January 20th, the United States will turn the page forever on 4 long, horrible years of failure, incompetence, national decline, and we will inaugurate a new era of peace, prosperity, and national greatness. It's going to be national greatness. It will be something very, very special. And you could use a little of that because you haven't seen any of it in 4 years. What's happened to our country is so sad. We're going to cut your taxes, end inflation, slash your prices, raise your wages, and bring thousands of factories roaring back to America and right back here to Arizona. Because when I agreed to do this, and I had to do it for Charlie because he's special, but I said, Charlie, I'll do it, but this has to be also a real tribute to Arizona because they gave us such a big win. And I said, I'll get in my plane at 4:45 in the morning, and I'll fly here, but we have to really acknowledge and take care of the people of Arizona because you were fantastic. And I just want to thank you for that big win. Not an easy win. And we're going to build American, we're going to buy American, and we will hire American. I will end the war in Ukraine. I will stop the chaos in the Middle East, and I will prevent, I promise, World War III. And we're very close to World War III. We will crush violent crime. We're going to stop violent crime. We're going to have to be tough. Please get ready. You're going to have to be tough. We can't let this happen. Our cities are crumbling. And give our police the support, protection, resources, and respect they so dearly deserve. And I rebuilt our entire military at a level that it had never been. Unfortunately, we gave a big chunk of it to Afghanistan. You believe that one? What a terrible thing. But we will again rebuild those sections of our military that have been so badly hurt. Plus, we give so much of it away. You know, when I came in the last time, we had no ammunition. Can you believe it? I was greeted with a general, sir, we're very low, almost no ammunition. He said, keep it quiet. Let's not let the enemy know that. That doesn't sound too good. Steve Bannon would say that's not a good thing. No ammunition is not good, right, Steve? And I built so much ammunition so fast. Nobody's ever seen anything like it. We give a lot of our ammunition away, as you know. And we have to take care of ourselves. We have to protect ourselves. And we have to make our country great. We just can't keep doing what we're doing. Especially when these wars never had to start. They never had to start. We will rebuild our once great cities, including our capital in Washington, D.C., making them safe, clean, and beautiful again, and we'll do it quickly. We'll teach our children to love our country, to honor our history, and to always respect our great American flag. We will get critical race theory and transgender insanity the hell out of our schools, and we're going to get it out of our schools very fast. I will defend religious liberty, I will restore free speech, and I will defend the right to keep and bear arms. And after years of building up foreign nations, defending foreign borders, and protecting foreign lands, we are finally going to build up our country, defend our borders, and protect our citizens. We're going to protect our citizens. And we will stop illegal immigration once and for all. It's going to stop. You're not going to have an invasion of our country any longer. That will stop in just a few very short weeks. We will not be occupied. We will not be overrun. We will not be conquered. We will be a free and proud nation again, a nation led by competent people, a nation that we can be proud of. We're going to be so proud of our nation. We already are. It's already happened. Remember what I said. There's new light all over the world, not just here. All over the world. Everyone will prosper. Every family will thrive. And every day will be filled with opportunity and hope. And will be filled with a thing called the American dream. You can have the American dream back. For the past 9 years, you and I fought side by side against the most sinister and corrupt forces on earth. And in our magnificent victory on November 5th, you showed them once and for all that this nation does not belong to them. This nation belongs to you. That's what happened. It was hardworking patriots like you who built this country. And in 2024, it was hardworking patriots like you who turned out and voted and saved our country. That's what happened. After all we have been through together, we now stand on the verge of the 4 greatest years in American history. We're going to make these the 4 greatest years in the history of our country. With your help, we will restore America's promise. We will rebuild the nation that we love, and we will do it very, very fast. That's what we want. We are one people, one family, and one glorious nation under God. We will never give in. We will never give up. We will never back down, and we will never, ever, ever, ever surrender. Together we will fight, 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 and we will win, win, win. We're going to win a lot. And together we will make America powerful again. We will make America wealthy again. We will make America healthy again. We will make America strong again. We will make America proud again. We will make America safe again. And we will make America great again. Thank you very much. And thank you, Arizona. Happy New Year. Merry Christmas. Thank you very much. Thank you. God bless you all.
Okay, so there's going to be 20,000 people doing the dance right now. All right, Trump, hit it. Hit the dance. I want to see all these kids in the audience dancing to a disco song. From there it is. Put it on the full screen. Yeah. He added something new. The open hand shuffle at this point. Look, everybody dancing. Absolutely amazing. I miss the days of the rallies. The days of the rallies. We own rallies. Oh, there we go again. Do it some more. Oh, there's a new move. And now the golf swing. Ooh, love it. Love it, love it, love it. Oh, God, I wish I had the rights to the song. But we don't need the song. You guys know what's going on right now. You've been here. You understand. Love it. I wish he did a rally like once a week. Once a week at least. Do a rally for us once a week. Forget the press conferences. Just come out and talk to the audience. Pass a microphone around. That's all he'd have to do. Oh, man. I'm going to have to clip that and put that speech up on its own. Let me talk to the producer. Hey, producer, what? Make sure you clip that video. Oh, okay, so we're going to put that up by itself. Fantastic. Absolutely fantastic speech. Thank you, Charlie Kirk, and all you guys at Turning Point for an amazing 4-day event. I mean, I was able to play the early song with, we're still here, we're still on, haven't gotten blipped off or anything. So thank you for that. You guys have been phenomenal in here. If you want to join our X group and jump over there, please do so. Go to fanfareshop.org/group. Join 12,000 plus patriots in that group, and it's free, completely free, better than any YouTube membership you'd ever want to go to. Just go in there. And if you'd like to register to win a hoodie, which I'll be giving away tonight, go to fanfareshop.org. Fanfareshop.org. So, incredibly, some of you have blown me away with what your generosity is today, and as Luke 12 says, Luke 12:48, you've entrusted me something, so now I definitely got to go live on Christmas. But it's not going to be like a political show. We're going to be hanging out. I'll probably have the camera up on a couch or something, and I'll have the dogs with me. And, if the kids want to come on and do a cameo, or if the wife wants to come on and do a cameo, fine. And we'll just play some music, hang out, and talk, and answer stuff. By then, you know what? I'm going to try. If Rumble, sometimes they have their problems like they did today. But if everything is working fine, they have something that YouTube doesn't. They have the ability for people to call in. And so that would be a perfect time to try that, because it's not like one of the political news shows. We can see if we can take calls live on the air. And I think that would be awesome. So we'll try that out on Christmas. We'll find a time. It'll probably be late afternoon, early evening, because we'll eat dinner. We'll be with Ashley. We'll probably eat dinner. No, wait a minute. I'm going to be here on Christmas. So Robin and I will have dinner early, and then we'll, say, 3:30, 4 o'clock, I can jump on. Even better, because I'll have my setup here, because I'm not going up to North Carolina until the 27th. So I have all my equipment here. Won't have to worry about streaming issues up in Raleigh. So it'll be fine. So I'm going to try and I will go live on Christmas Day. It's going to be very laid back. Who knows what I'll be wearing. Hopefully it's warm down here. And we'll just talk and have some fun and play some Christmas music. Let's put on some funny antlers or something and just enjoy company for those of you who may be alone. And if you're not alone and you want to jump on in. And I'm going to see if JJ or Pastor JJ or Pastor John Amanchaku can pre-record a Christmas prayer or two, or if they can get on live, that'll be fine as well. They've got families, but we'll just make it fun. No pressure. I'm going to make it so it's just very laid back, and if I can get the call-in thing to work, that would be completely amazing. So. That being said, let me go ahead and address these super chats that came in, which were just phenomenal. Just to let you know, we just found out earlier today that the email box was completely full. So I got to go in, call my provider tomorrow. They'll go ahead and they'll erase or increase the space, because I didn't know it was going to be so voluminous. So it'll increase the space so that you can go ahead and request some more Bibles. Obviously, Ashley and Tyler have been getting them out. Tyler being my grandson. All right, so Neo. Thank you, Barry and family, fanfare team and mods. God bless. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year to you as well. Jean Lee, or Jean Lee, Merry Christmas to everyone. Merry Christmas. Michael King, it's not much. Don't ever apologize. It's not much, Barry. No, it's everything. There's no such thing as it not being much. Every single dime is appreciated, and it helps us with our little ministry here. Thank you. By the way, when you guys see a lot of ads, and some people, it bothers them that they're seeing ads, I just wanted to explain that to you. It's how we make our money. And Everything we do is free. I don't ever charge for anything I'm doing. I don't even have a membership. We're doing that free. I don't even charge for the hoodies. We give those away free. The Bibles, people help, and we give those away. You give money to what happens up in Asheville with the hurricane. So the ads help fund everything. Lear Gold helps fund everything. New one today, Home Title Lock. It helps fund what we do. So the frustration of the ads, kind of just temper that and realize, oh, that's so everything else can happen. Yep, that's why you see the ads. Beverly Litton, thank you very much. Wow, man, Dashin Lover, Barry, please send someone in need of a Bible. Merry Christmas to you as well, for sure. Ishvan, God bless the USA. I want more rallies. I was just looking over at the stage. I don't know what that was. Looked like somebody was crying. Nicholas Lamonicus, thanks, Barry, thank you. Wow, Miss Sweets, thank you very, very much. Thank you. And even though that's not labeled for the Bibles, I think on Christmas Day we're going to have a lot of people looking for Bibles. Terry Crabtree, much respect. Thank you very, very much. Sandra Mass, Merry Christmas. Fanfare family, Barry, your Florida Fanfare family would like a meetup some weekend to celebrate Trump's America's first win. We had talked about doing a meetup, and I think now is the perfect time. Right after the first of the year, people are still on holiday per se. It's the temperature down here is fantastic in the afternoon and early evening. Yeah, I think we're gonna make that happen. If you guys can make it to Boca, you know what? Boca, we'll go ahead and put something together for sure. I'd like that. I would definitely like that. Intrigue Tech. I like to say, Barry and everyone, Merry Christmas. Remember, nobody's alone. Hama, God bless you, Barry and family. Merry Christmas. I'll always be a fanfare patriot. Thank you. I took a chance with that music today, but I'll get in and edit it out. God bless you, Barry and family, from Creative Margie. Thank you for bringing all this community together. I love all the fanfare peeps. I've been watching you on a regular basis. You know, I think you people make this so much different. There are so many opportunities to watch things. You can watch it on Fox. You can watch it on so many YouTube channels. You can watch it on, Turning Point's website themselves. Thank you very much for taking the time and being a part of us. Acid Burn, God save the king of all presidents, Donald Trump. Yes. Tommy Radcliffe, yes, Barry, tomorrow, Tommy's alone at Christmas, on air, please. Tommy, you're talking about you or Tommy Lawrence? But either way, we're going to do it on Christmas. Again, it's going to be a different kind of broadcast. We'll be real laid back. Marcia Dodson, I'm not crying. Yes, I am. God bless President Trump. You're great and on the show. Thank you. Excuse me. Yes. It was compelling watching this man speak. At one point, I put up a comment when he brought out Mrs. Marin. You don't see that kind of emotion with anything the Democrat Party does. Kamala tried to talk about joy. That was manufactured. When you see people come to a Trump event, it's not manufactured. It exudes. That's joy. Man. Lorene De Leon, Merry Christmas to you and Robin and the puppies. Please buy your babies a toy. I've been watching you since June 1. I'm usually a silent fan. Thank you very much. Yeah, he's laying right down there. Oh, I'm about to get me like a doggy cam. I hit a doggy cam so I can hit a button on the board so it shows Midas, because sometimes you guys would laugh if you see what he's doing over there and how he's hanging out. Actually, I do have a camera. I could probably put it right here, and then I could tie it into the board. And I'll work on that over the break. Like we're going to have a break, right? Right. Darren Wright, thank you very much. Laura Gray, hey Bear, if they dare to cut you for playing the music, they're going to hear from me, and hopefully everyone else follows you. I forget what show we were on. We were on one show, and poof. Oh, it was when the opera singer was there, and he was singing Nessun Dorma and Ave Maria, and then all of a sudden it just went poof. And then like 5 minutes later, whoever's up there must have realized, oh, that music isn't copyrighted. They hit it back, and it came like came back like 10 minutes later. So yeah, they're watching, that's for sure. Barry, I can't thank you enough for what you and your family and the mods bring us. Thank you very, very much. I mean, I greatly appreciate it because these mods do a fantastic job. Where was who was that? That was David. David. Must be on another page. What happened there? I can't. Did I hit the wrong button? Hold on. Okay, yeah, okay. Thank you, David. Bill Van Blarcom. Thank you very much. Tommy Radcliffe again. Good choice. Good choice, Barry, to play the song. Send me the bill. It's worth it. All right, so Tommy, we're going to feature some of your music. So, on Christmas Day, because, I got to find music that's not copyrighted. So we'll play a bunch of your stuff. Big Cat, an extra tip for letting the music roll. Thank you very much. Just Me. Thank you very much. Marie, thanks for the music. Barry, God bless. I miss seeing President Trump speak. Don't we all wish it was a rally like every week? They can't touch him. He should. I'm serious. He should go on the road. I got to show you something Elon Musk did before we go. Remind me after these super chats. Hell yeah, you rock, Barry. Thank you from Tainted Saint. Trumpinator, love your handle, Barry. I like you. We're gonna do it one way or another. All right, yeah, we'll get together. Doc Mojo, Barry, you are the real news. I'm an everyday viewer. Thank you. Keep up the great work. Thank you very much. Just Me, Barry is the boss. Is the boss here? Thank you. Let me just check this. This is Ashley texting me, so I just want to make sure everything's okay. Ashley is asking for everyone to share a picture of their Christmas tree on X in our group, and maybe you could make a video montage of their pictures. Yeah, I could do that. I'm gonna do a video montage of the people with their hoodies on as well. Who decides what comments get displayed on screen? So as I'm looking at the camera and I'm doing the show, I can't really click the button, so the comments still come in like this. And then when I have a chance, I look over, and if I see something, I click. But then as soon as I come back to go and focus, the comment's gone. So it's me, but I can't see everything that's happening. But it's me. I click on them. God bless America. Thank you from American Rebel. And I always do the super chats at the end here. So nobody else think I don't miss them. Where am I? Where was I? Gotta make sure. Okay, here we go. Okay, another just name. Thank you, just me. Another knucklehead tip jar. Thank you very much. David Rodriguez, but he already spoke on ESPN. Hey, they changed their schedule. You know what was funny? They changed their schedule after everybody realized something was happening. I'm like, why did you put on Matt Gaetz before breakfast? Maybe, I don't know. I'm thinking maybe Secret Service, but whatever. It happened. Big Cat, have a great Christmas, everyone. And Ashley Bryant, thank you very, very much. Very, very much. Regina, thank you for putting up with my chats. We'll love to meet community in Florida. Merry Christmas. All right, we're going to make that happen. We're definitely going to make that happen. It's been a long time coming. Hey, Barry, I want to buy a hoodie from you. How much? Nope, don't sell them. Don't sell them. But if you wait till tomorrow and go ahead and how can I do this? Tomorrow the email should be, well, not should, it will be. Let me just post it because some of you guys don't know. Well, one of the mods, can you go ahead and post the email? And so so greatest ever can email me. Robert Cooper, thank you very much. Jennifer O, Merry Christmas, Barry and Superfans family, thank you very much. Eric West, thank you. John Lawhorn, thank you as well. Dino R, thank you very much. And wow, Harold Whited. Haven't seen you for a while. God bless you. Merry Christmas. Have a New Year. Thank you for everything you do. And my wife appreciates your insight and knowledge and encouragement. Thank you. Very, very much. That's very much. Let's see. Edwin Mendez, it's been a beautiful song. This is what Rally say. It's over one more time. Yeah. Chapo says, people also ask who said to whom much is given, much is expected, meaning to whom much is given, much will be required. Luke 12:48, exactly. And let's see. God bless everyone. Merry Christmas from Susie Q and Neo. Thank you, Barry, the mods. God bless. Happy New Year as well. Jean Lee, I'm not sure if I said that, but Merry Christmas to everyone. All right, so did I cover everybody? No, there's a couple I missed up here. Myrna, thank you very much. Myrna Nisino. Mega Maniac, wouldn't it be great if Trump came out once a week or month to speak to the people through our new media? Yeah, yes, that's what I would love to. Renee, Barry, Trump's speech was bittersweet for me. I realized this was likely his last rally-style speech. Merry Christmas 2025 will be amazing. Maybe not. I've been hearing rumors and little things that he loves this as much as we do. See, that's the key. He feeds on this. To him, that was a small audience. I'm telling you, he should do more of these. And what I've been hearing from people is he wants to. No matter, realize how busy he's going to be as president, but he wants to. So I'm going to go show you something. So if a super chat comes in after this right now, I may not see it. So mods might take a look at it. But I wanted you to see something, and this has everything to do with what happened over the last couple days with you being the media. I want to show you something. If I can find it here. Elon tweets so doggone much. Where is it? Oh, hold on, let me find it. He was talking, if I can get to it. Hold on. All right, so Elon tweeted, actually Bill Ackman tweeted. I hate saying tweet, but it's still a tweet to me. And it's something very interesting. So Bill Ackman, the billionaire, hedge fund owner, says this: one way to make the media more honest is to make it more painful to the reporters and editors who get it wrong. When stories are proven false, corrections must be made promptly and carry as much visibility and views as the original piece. A third party, likely based on X, should build a platform tracking these inaccuracies and highlighting the reporters and the editors involved. One could imagine an Academy Award-style event annually highlighting the worst reporters and editors at the publications they work for. Can you imagine? Oh, and the worst of the media is so-and-so. These people would lose their ever-loving minds, but we would love it. The transparency and incentives of such an approach would help. Today, the press fight and reject corrections and otherwise bury the acknowledgement of their errors, so there is minimal to no reputational cost to the reporters and editors responsible. This needs to change for the press to change. I'm all for that. And so what did Elon said? Community notes and rebuttals by users on this platform are the biggest factor pushing the legacy media to be less deceptive. To hold legacy media accountable for lies, it is super important to send links from X to friends who aren't yet on this platform. So what he's saying is, again, now you're not just the media. Now they're putting another arrow in your quiver. You're also the media killer. So when you see something that's BS, post about it being BS. Expose these people. Wait a second. Y'all did it to me today. Just imagine that. You did it to me. Hey, Matt Gaetz doesn't come out till 11:30. Barry, you're embarrassing yourself. Somebody actually said that. Matt Gaetz already spoke. You're not on your game. I'm reading the schedule. I'm telling you, you were wrong. Guess what? I was wrong. They changed the schedule. They didn't tell anybody anything. And yes, I got it wrong. You called me out like that, do it to these people, because they do it all the time. They outright lie to your face. In fact, there's a video going around about Don Lemon today that I'm going to post later, but that's the next step. Now, not only are you the media, like I said, you got another arrow in the quiver so you can pull it out, and that is take these people apart. When they post something, they can't take it. They cannot take what's about to happen with millions of people. Not their little tiny audience, with millions of people looking at what they're doing and go, ha, 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 ha. You lied. We got to take you out. I'm sorry. I'm going to have to be Robin Hood. I'm grabbing the arrow and I'm hitting you. And a million arrows coming back at them going, liar, liar, liar. You made it up. They will not be able to take it. You need to revel in your power at this point. They are on the ropes. You have them on the ropes. For so long, they've been able to, as far as we know, we have no idea when Walter Cronkite said that's the way it is, if that's the way it really was. He just said it, and that's the way it is on December 17th, 1969. Oh, okay. All right, let me go eat dinner, because that Walter just said that's the way it is. No. Now, you have that power. You know, Laura Loomer built an entire Twitter presence on basically taking down media. Be a Laura Loomer. Get out there. Talk. Start small. Like I said, start in your local area and then let it blow up from there. If you need some incentive, go look at my video on Rumble with John Amanchaku and how he started taking on the school boards, bringing a book in and going, so, hey, I'm going to read something to you from a little book that got sent home to my granddaughter. Okay, and he starts reading the book, and the people on the panel are like, no, stop reading, it's nasty. Well, you told the 8-year-old girl to read it, but you don't want adults to hear it? And that's what John has been doing. He just keeps going to the meetings. Go to your meetings, but before you go, check out what books are in the library. Find one of those books that says Little Johnny Becomes Jane. And read it at the... We walk up to the podium, hey, I'd like to read you something. This is on page 110, and it's from the book, Here in Your Library, Johnny Becomes Jane. And read it, and watch them completely freak out, and have a friend take a video of it and post a video on X. This happened at, Poca La Vista's school board meeting. They have this book in the library. They don't want parents to know, and they're too embarrassed to hear the vulgarities in this book. I mean, you literally can start like that. Go for it. I'm telling you, and you're not alone. Go for it. Be the media. Enjoy it. Just wrap yourself in that. You are the media. And I keep seeing this happen over and over. And the reason they're getting pissed at Elon, because he's encouraging you. Take him down. And you get guys like, where was it? You get guys like Bill Ackman, this guy, a billionaire hedge fund owner, taking time out of his day to basically incentivize you to totally take the meat. I mean, he's got thread after thread here. Take him down. Destroy this fourth estate or whatever they call themselves. They're nothing but trash. They are designed to be trash to try and trash Trump and conservatives. They have no redeeming value whatsoever. I wouldn't say it if I felt otherwise. If they were actually reporting news, okay, I understand this news. But telling me a car ran over people at a German Christmas mart. No, it wasn't a car. It wasn't a car. It was the person driving the car. You're lying at every chance you get because you're trying to shield people from the truth. They're afraid of the truth. They're disinfected. They don't want to have that light shown. And I can't imagine the idiots who follow that stuff, who think that's news. And the more you come at them, the better. Actually come at them. All right, I got another super chat coming here. Sam O, thank you. Beverly Litton Thank you. Maybe Trump could resurrect the fireside chats. Yeah, that would be a good idea. Let's see. Nicholas Lamonicus, eyesight bad, hit the wrong thing. I'm not alone on Christmas. Yeah. So, I mean, it's Christmas. You're going to have some time with the family. You're going to watch some football. You're going to eat. You eat some turkey. Go back to sleep. Wake up. Eat some more. But depending on where you are, the weather may be bad. But enjoy yourself this Christmas. Today is the 22nd. Tomorrow's the 23rd. I'll probably have a show on tomorrow and Tuesday. I'll do 2 on Monday, 2 on Tuesday if there's news. If there's no news, I'm not going to force something just to do a story. And let's see, it's 2 o'clock tonight. I'm probably going to go live at about 7 o'clock tonight after football. So thank you very much. I was so enthused. You guys have stuck around for 3 hours. We had I'm just going to call it a rally. And we missed having this for so long. I want to see more. I'd love to see you guys as well. Thank you. If you are prone to seizures, look away from the outro. Talk to you soon.